Welcome grade 5 pupils to the next straight line. Note this time in median of a triangle. Once again, it's absolutely vital for you to be able to know the definition of a median before going on to try and calculate the equation. So the median of the triangle is the line from a vertex of the triangle across to the opposite side, and it hits the midpoint. So what we have in our triangle ABC here, if we have the median from C, we meet at the midpoint of AB clearly shown. Okay, so again, if we're looking to try and work out the equation, the median, we're thinking point gradient equation. As the altitude, we will have one vertex, and that vertex has the median goes through. However, we're going to have to work out the midpoint of AB to give us a second point in the line. So our first step will be to get our midpoint. Using that midpoint and the given vertex, in this case C, we'll be able to work out our gradient, and then we'll be able to work out our equation in the line using one of the points we've got, our gradient, and therefore our equation of a straight line. So our example, again, let's do through a very quick sketch of a triangle. So D is 3, 4. -4, -1. And 6, -3. So we have D, E, and F. In this situation, the median from D, so we must go from D all the way across to the middle of EF. We have no idea the angle which our median hits the line EF. In this case, it looks quite close to a right angle, but we would not be able to say. All we know is it hits the middle of the line EF. So once again, we are looking for an equation in the line, and to work out an equation in the line, we want to use y minus b equals m x minus a, where we need a point that the line goes through and a gradient. So point, gradient to use our equation. Point, we have the point D, however we need to work out our midpoint. Of EF. If we think back to what our midpoint formula is, it is our average of each of our points, so add up the x's and divide by 2, and add up the y's and divide by 2. So if it's EF, we have x and y of our first, and x and y of our second. -4 plus 6 all over 2, and our y is -1 plus -3 all over 2. 2 over 2 -4 over 2 would give us the point 1, -2. And in this situation, we will call the point M. 1 minus 2. We then have our gradient, and our gradient will be of the median itself, which is the gradient of d. Gradient formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Where we have our point, and again, just let's get in the habit of labelling our points, x and y of our first. And in this case, I have obviously the advantage of the different colours, x and y of our second. So y2 minus y1 is 4 minus minus 2 all over 3 minus 1, 6 over 2, which is a gradient of 3. So our point, we have the choice of either D or M. I'll pick the point D in this case, 2 positive values. Slightly easier, but it doesn't particularly matter. Our gradient is 3. And working out our equation, AB y minus 4 is 3 x minus 3. Y minus 4 is 3x minus 9. If I add 4 to both sides, y is equal to 3x minus 5. Equation of my median from the point D. Okay, similar in our second example. Again, I'm going to start with a wee diagram. And we have negative 2, 2. 1, 5. And 5 minus 1. So we have negative 2, 2 is k. 1, 5 is L. And 5, negative 1 is M. And find the equation of the median from K. So our median will go from K across to the opposite side to meet at the middle. So again, if we are looking to find an equation of a line, as always, we look to try and use our y minus b equals mx minus a, where we need a point. And we need a gradient. Okay, point-wise we've got the point K, but we will need the midpoint of LM to then be able to work out a gradient. So for midpoint of LM, let's add up our x coordinates and divide by 2, and our y's, working out our average. L, X and Y of our first points, X and Y of our second. So we have 1 plus 5 over 2 and 5 plus minus 1. 6 over 2, 4 over 2 gives us a midpoint, 3, 2. And in this case, we have a point M, so I have a wee bit of thought regarding how this will look, and we will call it the point mid is 3, 2. Is 3, 2. So in this case, we need to work out our gradient of this median, and that will be the point K mid. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1 . So the point K X and Y of our first, X and Y of our second, so we have 2 minus 2 all over minus 2 minus 3. So we have 0 over minus 5, which 0 divided by anything would be 0. So what we have is a horizontal line. Okay, often confuses a number of people getting either a vertical or horizontal line, but we are able to substitute that into our equation just as we would do with the same value in the previous example. Again, we've got a choice of Km. We've got K minus 2, 2 on the midpoint 3, 2. Either would work out absolutely fine because the median goes through both. I'm going to use the point 3, 2. So substituting in just as normal, and you'll see that it works out. Y minus 2 is 0, X minus 3, which is Y minus 2, and 0 multiplied by anything give you a value of 0, so Y is equal to 2. So we have a horizontal line, Y equals 2 as our median. And again, just another additional bit of information, the point where 3 medians of a triangle meet is called the centroid. And we would look in later examples how to find that. Again, as always, look at the PowerPoint for your examples.